Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for June 29th, 2022. Also being timeless, wherever you're catching a time. It might be relevant, maybe not so much, but at least it'll be entertaining. So if you found your glorious way across this at whatever point, stick around, enjoy the show. This is actually what seems to be talking about pushing through whatever the financial challenges. I feel like there's been some sort of an opportunity that was given to you, but also looks like you're in dire straits, or that you were in dire straits. This is a time for you to lay low. And I see that there's some major decisions that you have to make, but you cannot make them based in an emotional state. It's going to completely, for all intents and purposes, kind of screw you over. So no, I'm not seeing the success at this point in time. I'm not seeing any major payoff. I'm seeing this feeling of having to wait and think of the big picture, the long term around this. And you know, I see that this kind of reminds me of The Pursuit of Happiness. Did you ever see that movie back in the mid 2010s? Yeah, it's a really amazing story, but this, it's the story of Chris Gardner. Absolutely, go look it up. This guy was struggling, dealt with homelessness, and he had a son, and he persevered through all that without getting paid and living just little bit by little bit by little bit. And then at the end, he had a big payoff. There were so many points of what I can imagine a person wanting to give up, and he just pushed through all of it. So it looks like keep pushing along in this, stay loyal to your path, stay loyal to whatever the hard work that you've been doing. And I feel like this is not geared towards any kind of relationships. This is a life situation outside of relationships. I see that the payoff hasn't happened yet, and you're losing all sense of patience. There is going to be your breakthrough moment. And I see that you need to not be impulsive, not do anything extravagant right now. Save your resources. There's an opportunity for a big payoff. There's finally things that are hitting to a turning point in your life. And all the hard work that you've been putting into this is going to show itself. You will have your success story come through. And this is going to build up your confidence. It's going to have some real roots in your life. So I kind of want to look at this and look at the choices that you have to make. Why hasn't this happened yet? I know that it's like the big picture type deal, but why? Why? So let's do this, you for real. Okay. Ooh. So the archetypes flipped over. We got bully. What the hecking heck is this about? Highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Helps you confront inner fears that bully you. And then we have great passion, devotion, unbridled appreciation for someone or something. Then we have the addiction to self-pity. And then we have offering only destructive criticism, misusing legal or criminal authority, and helps you recognize addictive behavior. So this all flipped out when I was going towards the angel therapy deck. Yeah, angel therapy deck. It shows the lover in here, and we have the lovers in there. It's not about relationships. This is about what your dedication has been like in your life to this certain craft that you have been building on. This is truly an amazing path for you to be on. I do think that whatever this either job or position or new mindset is towards an actual future, rather than really, I gotta clear the air on that. This is not about any sort of loving relationship or a relationship of any kind. This is a life situation. I just really want to clear the air on that. And why am I so heck bent on doing that? Well, because there's been some confusion with that recently. But anyway, here we are. So you're somebody who has a very large presence, and I think that you probably have heard the exhausting terms of you have so much potential. Wonderful. Great. Help me out with that. And you want to know what? it's more like help doesn't come and destruction usually comes, because I see that you have been working yourself to death in the past, and you keep finding yourself in these familiar situations where there's a lot of promise and growth, there's no growth, and it's like somebody kind of rips the rug out from underneath you, and it's like, why does this always happen? Stop telling yourself that story. Stop saying that this always happens to you. I get that it has a history with you, but that's got to stop now. People are intimidated by, wait, hold on, what's that? Okay. People are intimidated by your strong presence. And this is something that I think really draws them in, but it's something that feels like it's almost a power struggle with them. And this isn't something that you're really engaging in. So you're not intimidating, they're intimidated. It's one of those bits. And I want you to keep plugging along with your work and this, I guess, this life direction for yourself and this life path for yourself. Because the success that you are looking for, whether it's a career, or whether it's, this has to be kind of career oriented. This is career oriented. Okay. Kind of have to go with that. Sorry, I'm getting notification upon notification with this, and it's people I collaborate with. Flippin' awesome. Okay. So, all right, what I'm seeing in here is, yes, it's terrible that people have taken advantage of it, and the fact that they kind of demonize you in this career, and that you're somebody who has a lot of potential, but for some reason tend to bring out the overwhelm of people. So that's, I guess, why you haven't seen a payoff, because this is a familiar cycle in your life, maybe not by direction, but by challenge of the type of people who are who are either working with this or who are surrounding this situation. And it's a point of you working on what your purpose is in this life path direction, this job or career, or, you know, again, life purpose, or not letting this person get the best of you in this. Then we have third eye chakra. What is that about with you? The heart chakra. So your chakras are opening up. Archangel Raphael and emotional sensitivity. Okay. I want you to keep studying what this life purpose is for you. This is involving mission work in your life and career choices. I think that you're able to... Wait, what's with the emotional sensitivity, past life issue? This issue with intimidation of people who you either look up to or that you seek the approval of, this is brought about by a past life issue. I think the judgment that you are fearing from these people is maybe amplified by your emotional sensitivity and reading into the current as if it's a life situation that is actually from a previous chapter of your life. It could also be past life, but I really just want to say the past chapters of your life where there may have been hypercriticalness around you about this, or maybe there's an issue in your life with authority figures. This is doing the study with yourself, so writing, reading, and editing, and selling books. But I really don't feel like it's that. Maybe you are an author, but I'm not necessarily getting that for this reading. This, I want you to get books on the situation and what it is that you are experiencing. I want you to read articles online about the intuitive hits that you are getting, but also about what is in line with your heart chakra. Is this something that you are incredibly passionate about? And chances are, if this is a career choice, yes, you are stepping into something that is really divine and your mission work. And the Archangel Raphael is supporting your healing work to remove these blocks from your chosen path that are in front of you. So the heart, I feel like you block a lot of the things that are trying to flow to you. Now, this could be business connections. This could be people who network with you. But regardless, your intuitive energy is being clouded by past trauma, and that needs to be cleared up right now. And I also know this from conversations with friends and people that I have networked with, and also in private readings, especially what's happening now. And I'm recording this on the new moon time, which I think we're in Cancer now. So it's the new moon in Cancer, I think. It's either that or Gemini, because we're on the cusp. I think it's Cancer though. Yeah, it has to be Cancer, yeah. So this is a really highly emotional time where you are, whatever you are putting the focus on as far as what your worth is and earnings and also opportunity and also the projection of others, it's going to be something that if you put enough energy into it, it shows itself as true. And a lot of people are getting triggered by their past with those insecurities, and they're putting the focus on that, and they're being shown a story as if it were true right now. So I have been talking with friends and even private readings about the whole trigger that has been coming up and where is it coming from. So it's the exercise of when something is triggering you, what does it remind you of? It could be something as simple as spilling a cup, or it could be an actual life major traumatic moment. But I want you to watch it as if you're watching a movie, and watch the protagonist, which is you, and whatever the opposing party is, as you know, watch it as if it's a movie. And when it gets to the peak point, intervene, and then be the barrier between your former self and whatever the opposing antagonist side is. And then you correct the antagonist side, and you turn around and you kind of monitor and morph the young version of yourself and what they need to know, what they're going to experience, and how you're going to step in as a support. But with the antagonist, it's a way of calling it out at that moment in this visualization, and getting it away from the protagonist, which is you, and then calling that version of that wounded self back into who you are now to heal. So this is what I'm seeing right now. There's a lot of issues with scarcity, money, and worth, because this is something that has probably been thrown in your face way more than once during the most important and formative years, where you're building a relationship, not only with people in your life, but relationships with success and how money works and how people interact and how opportunities are given to you. So whatever's coming about through that is probably going to be healed through a similar visualization or whatever, just going internally and working this out for yourself. So it's a time not only to read into what it is that you are experiencing, it's important as a time to study this actually with yourself. Because when you remove these blocks and barriers, you actually become something like an ascended master, somebody who is able to morph their experience in the world. And I know I just pulled up the angel therapy again, but now I'm being pulled to the mermaids and dolphins, which, wouldn't you know it, have faith. I'll never forget the first time that I heard the whole trust the process thing. It was 2009, and I had heard it from somebody who I was friends with at the time. A Buddhist monk told them this in an airport, just in passing. And, you know, it sounds so wise and divine at the time, and now, I don't know if I'm just too jaded by the concept of it, but hearing trust the process a million times over and understanding it and internalizing it, and it sometimes gets kind of tiring to hear, yes, trust the process, but what about the process? Yeah, just trust it. Yeah, but what about it? Okay, so this is saying in the process, in your empowerment, this is for you to look to simplify your life. So what does simplifying your life look like? First off, pay attention to what it is that you need to let go of. I'm being pulled to the angel therapy. What do you need to know? Dreams. Nature. Healing. All right. So there are going to be intuitive hits about people in your life that you need to let go of, whether it's current people in your life or the cycling memories that you keep playing of memory in your these people in your life. And also, what is it in your life that is keeping you stuck and stagnant in your environment that you know that you need to let go of? So this is healing and learning how to release with that and finding grounding. So I want you to allow your bare feet to hit the earth. If you're in a safe environment, do it in a safe way. But if you're not, I at least want you to let the sun hit your face so you can absorb the sun's energy, also the vitamin D, because that just kind of elevates your mood. All right, so when you start to elevate yourself in that very simple sense, it changes a little bit of your perspective on even just the general tasks of your day. It gives you this kind of little extra pep. And that little extra pep seems to be all the little bit that you need at this point in time. Because we're talking about scarcity and money issues in the beginning of this, dwelling on that and looking at the world through the eyes of pessimism and thinking that it's always going to be hard, it's always going to be a struggle, and it's just going to be ripped away from you. Even just a slight tweak in your perspective and looking at that, it changes the problem to having solutions. It changes a little bit of the mindset and allows for a little bit of the rays of hope to come in, which changes the archetype that you are working with. So then we have the gossip in reverse. So thrives on the power of passing on secret or private or secret information, betraying confidence. So that's something that I see that you need to work through, because what you're going to be talking about is where the scarcity in your life stems from. And I do feel like this does stem from somewhere. This has to be either from the home environment or from the surrounding social. And then we have the damsel, understanding the nature of healthy romance. But I don't think that, again, this is about romance. I think this is just about healthy relationships with outward experiences in general. So it inspires you to rely on yourself. So for you, this is not about anybody coming in to rescue you. This is all about you having to rescue yourself, changing your relationship with how you view money, wealth, opportunity, and stop waiting for life to give you an opportunity, but to do the healing work and then make the opportunities for financial abundance and wealth in your life and endless opportunities in your life. You are the God energy. You are a reflection of Source Spirit and God. I'm not sorry to tell you that. Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the internal force within yourself and others, and the Samaritan and the Messiah. So serving humanity with humility refines your capacity to help those who you prefer to ignore. So I see that you're going to become an open well of flow of abundance, and that this is not only going to fill your cup, you are working on developing a cup that is going to fill even other people's cups. So I see a lot of continual flow happening, which means that you'll have flow towards you, because that's how this works, and that you are going to be stepping into a more abundant and charitable and opportunistic version of your life. So after all is said and done, let's see, we have the dilettante. So delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So this is about being completely authentic and upfront and being an absolute imperfect master of your craft. And now the final cards are going to be coming from, well, the Rider-Waite. So this is talking about before you can get there, you have to face the facts and the hardship right now of where you're coming from, a sense of lack and lack of stability in your life, and do the damage control on that one, because where you are headed right now with this mindset of lack of fear, of distrust, it's leading you towards a disaster. So shut this down immediately and sit with yourself and work this out in your head. Work to be a problem solver and to get a life of flow and abundance working for you, and then start this new journey. But you have to be very clear about what it is that you want to actually pursue as far as what is going to be your source of flow in life. So it's not something that you have to fight for, it's something that you will be working for. And then I see this major celebration and cheers to you coming from the universe. It is going to be a continual journey for you, and you have to learn how to adapt. So it's going to be painful at first because you have to do the internal work, and also the visual that I gave you, because I love doing that with people. It's one of my favorites. But this has to start with you, and you have to make the change within yourself, because nobody is coming to rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. And I know that that seems unfair, but there is a reason why nobody has come to save you. It is because there's a bigger purpose in you saving yourself and creating this amazing flow of just financial abundance, wealth, and opportunity for something greater to come together in your life. And you want to know what? It's not just you. This is going to flow forward. This is going to stab into other people's cups. This is going to be a continual flow, but you got to allow for that flow to happen without any sort of blocks in you, and that's what you're working on. All right, you. If you have questions about booking a private reading, either based off of this or anything, look to the description at either the beginning or the end and make contact. Also, see what other services I provide. We can talk pricings, availability, and also time zones, because that's a thing. I love working with people who are 16 hours ahead. It just always blows my mind because they're in the future. All right, this is it for June 29th, and also timeless, so wherever you're catching it in time. I really hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. There seems to be some continual setbacks in something that you keep trying to start in your life, and I'm seeing that this is, well, it's making you lose all momentum, and it's probably making you want to give up. And honestly, it's probably best that you let whatever it was that keeps failing go. It's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be something that reaches you. You are worth so much more. And there's good reason that you keep holding back from this. Look at what I'm looking at right here. Yeah. So it's going to be a major fight for you. Just let it go. I mean, don't let yourself be controlled by whatever this failure is. It's not worth the time. It's not worth the energy. It's not worth the fight. And I see that once you let this go, then you can actually move on to something that's going to be less stressful for you. So I'm seeing in here that there's a new cycle that is coming in. It's just you're not ready. I think that you are just genuinely scared to be let down again in your life, and that's fine. I mean, there's always going to be these peaks and valleys. It's just part of life. Ooh, my foot is asleep. But I see that you don't let yourself get excited for much, but you do let yourself get scared, and that really sucks. That does suck. So these setbacks, I think that you anticipate even more of them to just come. There's no new information that is coming in about whatever these setbacks are. Let it go. You know that it's just going to keep happening. You have something that is, well, that's going to be less of a struggle up ahead for you. It's probably going to be, obviously work, because anything worthwhile is going to involve some degree of work, but it's not going to be this impossible and always having something screw up in it. So I hope that this made sense. Cut your losses and allow yourself to move on. It's only going to cause more disappointments if you try to keep having a start on something that is clearly not working. So you're making money off of your creative assets. This could be your body or any form of spiritual work or artistic endeavors. It has to be very you, though. but also the you that is coming to pass right now is majorly transformative. So this is saying focus on the transformation that is occurring within you. This is a time to sharpen your skill, change your method, and start to get organized in your situation. So this is going to bring in possessions, finances, a sense of worthiness and luxury in your life, definitely a new sense of security. I see that you're going through a phase of expansion and glowing, becoming more extrovert, which I don't know if you're an introvert like me, but so Godspeed. But self-confidence is going to be going through the roof with you. Honestly, I want to see you develop more of an ego. This is flipping great. So transformation, intense, passionate, secretive. You're not ready to expose this new art form or this new essence of yourself in the form of art. But I see that this is very much to the very raw form of you. I know that you think that it's going to be a lot. It is. And so what? The people who can't deal with that aren't going to be, I guess, the people who you want to indulge in this. There has to be boundaries somewhere on this. Don't let people's own stifleness stifle your creativity. The house of assets and craft are going through a major change for you. This is loud and dramatic expression that is flowing into the art, and it's deeply emotionally rich, very spiritual, and very much into the mystical aspect of it. So, wow. It's like the image that I'm getting as I'm saying this to you. I don't know if you follow Meg Myers' music, but when I first saw her like 4 years ago, she was this very down-to-earth brunette type energy, and that's just what I remember from her video Desire. And now I see, you know, all of her work, and she is this just completely colorful and eccentric and multi-paleted energy. I mean, if you saw her rendition of Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So as long as you are into it and you like her music, go check out Desire, and then look at the transformation into Running Up That Hill when she covers Kate Bush, because oh my god. So it looks like learning something and looking towards using it in the future, and I see that this has kind of set you up on what seems to be, it feels like you're finally waking up. Whatever you have just learned that you want to use in your developing future, you feel like you're finally waking up, and you have some major choices that you have to make. We have this empire that you want to build, but also feeling like there's trouble that's coming up ahead. It feels like you're about to have something confront this situation with you, and this is something that I think is, yeah, it's something that it's not water under the bridge yet, but soon it will be. Soon this will all be over for you. And it looks like this is pouring out a sense of security and also your heart. So I feel like you're dealing with not only heartache, but a lack of feeling safe with yourself. So this, it feels like there's something about cutting people with words. You know how somebody can just have like this very visceral way of talking, and it can be really harsh. I feel like you're snapping with that, but also I see that there needs to be some sort of better boundaries that are put into place. You somehow feel like you're being a doormat. This is all going to be alleviated for you. I see that there's a sense of real pushiness that is coming from you that you are used to dealing with, and it feels like we have a journey that you have to just kind of deal with yourself. Yeah, this is a new direction that is coming into play for you. You have to go through this yourself. whatever the challenges and the karma that's coming up, it will come to pass. It's going to be painful at first, but once all of it is over, and once you learn to leave this behind, then you'll start to actually have more of not even just an alleviated environment where you stand. What else? You won't be dealing with codependency or coping mechanisms that you want to escape to. I feel like there was a long-standing childhood issue that you haven't dealt with, and I see that it's you not really willing to let go of it. It's almost like this has been holding you back from moving on with your life, and now it's time to really work on that. You're going to experience heartache and hardship with this, because this is part of the wound. You have to clean out the wound in yourself in order to actually heal. But you have to do this for yourself. You can't do this for anybody else. But the healing process is not linear and it's not pretty. But after all is said and done, and you have done this for yourself, within yourself, and not anybody else, then you can actually start to feel better. So I feel like you started to feel more like yourself, and then that got pushed back, and now here comes the ugly healing phase. So we get the entire world for you, not the globe, but your world is currently coming to a stop so that you can deal with this inside of yourself. And it seems like everything is at a standstill. But once you handle this, then we have this new cycle that's coming in that is going to be way more fulfilling for you. So I know that this is really hard to hear, and I know that you want to bypass it all. And, you know, I've been there too, and I know so many people who have, and I'm not marginalizing what you're experiencing, but with what you have internalized a lot with your life, you have to do that work. You cannot bypass it. It will influence every action and choice you make in your life. So yeah, you start to feel like yourself, and I think it got really exciting. And then it shot back into, okay, see, now you get a sense of how good things can be. Now let's deal with all the hurdles and all the crap inside so that you can actually feel this good and have it be real. Does that make sense? So healing sucks. It's not linear. It's going to be painful. It's going to be ugly. You're going to have these purging moments. I mean that in the physical sweat sense, and also you might want to get rid of some stuff. But after that, the recovery is very restful, and having a new life moving forward without all of that unresolved trauma is amazing. So I want you to use your resources online. I'm a big mental health advocate. This could be reaching out to any one of those mental health apps, or talk to your doctor, talk to a counselor, talk to one of those hotlines. But use your resources, because I know that you are going to be going through this as a solo artist, but you still have resources there to help you. Yeah, so I hope that made sense. It's going to be good eventually. So it looks like there is a point of aggressiveness that you need to watch out for. So what I see is not holding back. This card was initially in reverse, so I was reading these shadow attributes of it. The misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. So this is somebody who really uses their size and their reputation to apparently cause intimidation in their life. This might be you, this might be somebody you were dealing with, but this is somebody who has no sense of self, and who is not thinking about their action and consequences. But what I'm seeing right here is this is somebody who they feel kind of unhinged, and it looks like they want to bypass everything and just start new. But there's consequence to whoever this is actions. And it can't just be like you learned your lesson and now all is done. There's a major fallout that this person is going to experience You can't step into somebody's life like that. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily you that did it, but this is either you or somebody that you had to deal with. But there are repercussions for somebody who is trying to overshadow with this unreasonable authority. So determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, and see things with a fresh eyes. So it's chalking it up to not knowing better, and also feeling like, okay, I got it. And I've seen this before with people of the past. They have this outburst, and then they're like, okay, now I'm calm. No, you're not. You're unstable. Now, normally this doesn't mean anything unstable. This is talking normally about a very naive and innocent type of person. But with the athlete in reverse, this is intimidating. And the Fool is revealing emotion. So somebody is showing their instability, and this is going to have consequences for it. So what I'm saying is, how, like, if this is you or somebody that you are dealing with, what is the guidance in that? Because this doesn't look good, the Mystic. So understand that what it is a delusion. If this is you or somebody that you are dealing with, they need to hear, or you need to hear, that to think that there's no consequence to actions is an utter delusion. And there needs to be a better expression to see what is actually going on with you. And I think that something is going to bring that to your attention rather soon. And whoever this is, they don't get to abuse or mistreat people based off of what their raw emotion is. This is, again, showing a major lack of control, and that people are not going to feel bad for the person who causes that kind of damage. So I really hope that that made sense. If this is you, use resources to get yourself help. If this is somebody that you are dealing with, make sure that this person stays away from you. So sending you a ton of love and light, and just hope that this gets resolved soon without anybody, without something. What do I mean to say with this? If this is you, go get help. If this is somebody that you're dealing with, stay the heck away from them. Do not engage. And also, now that I'm saying that, make sure that you take preventative measures from this person being around you or having access to you. Yeah, stay safe. Everybody's very exhausted from dealing with devil-like energy, and I think that they are just doing the bare basics to keep themselves taken care of and sane. I also see that they are going to be cutting away this devil-like energy. I feel like they are, well, the devil in itself is manipulative, it's obsessive, it's very toxic. And if this is an astrology sign, this is Capricornian energy, very, very controlling. And I see that this is causing an air of exhaustion, but whoever is on whoever is on the other side of the devil-like energy, they are going to have the victory and get this devil-like energy away from them. I see that there's something new that is growing in place, and that let's see what's going to happen after that. This toxic energy will be gotten away from. And let's see. This person deals really hard with self-indulgence, and they're also going to get caught in their lies and how they violate trust. And there's them getting caught with betrayal. So this devil-like energy is utterly hopeless, but you will get away from them, and they will be dealt with. The devil-like energy is reactive because they have a fear of abandonment, and they think that they are paving some sort of way in their life. They think that they are leading towards a victory. They want to have a victory, and they are feeling like they have the eyes of the world on them, a huge sense of grandeur on that. And yeah, I see that you'll be cutting that away. There's major change that's happening for you, and I know that you're tired. So what happens after that exhaustion? It seems like, seems like there's trouble, but I want to see what that trouble is involving. So it's not just going to be over for you because there's a fallout to it. Yeah. You're going to be dealing with a traumatic fallout of it emotionally. Like you're going to need to recover from whatever that toxic energy was. And you're going to want to be alone and quiet. Yeah. So it's going to be some downtime for recovery for you and dealing with that devil-like energy. It's very challenging, but there's a reason why all this is happening. And I've been seeing this in the reads. It's okay. So you're growing something really massive in your life. This is insane. Okay. So you're growing something in your life, and now you have all these very intense energies showing up around you. Do you not realize that's because you need to have a better sense of control and power in your life and not let people scare you or intimidate you? You're going to have a major payoff soon, and you need to get rid of toxic energy around you because it will rip it away from you, or it would have in the past. And now it's you learning how to stand your ground because you're a total boss energy. You need to cut to the quick on this. Flippin' awesome. Go get it. I'm happy that you're going to have some major awesome payoff, but I'm really sorry that you got to deal with some crap beforehand. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. And it's just going to suck for a bit in dealing with that toxic energy. And the recovery after it, please just really indulge in that rest and relaxation. You're going to be able to get through whatever it is that you have been dealing with in your life. You have the mental stamina. Even though you're tired of always being strong, you're going to get through it. There is a silver lining. And on the other side of this, because this is all about endings, we have the 6. So this is something that is intimate in your life. Something intimate in your life. You have the stamina to get through because it's incredibly challenging for you, and it's shattering all illusion of your world. And I think that you needed that shatter so that you can actually not cling on to something. I see the silver lining. I see you being able to overcome this. And then there's this wish fulfillment. Whatever was after, or whatever you had hoped for, as far as some sort of success or sense of ease in your life, is on the other side of this battle in your life. So we have 2 swords and then cups. This is mental stamina to get through this, and mental health getting through this, very much necessary for that. And then the emotional fulfillment that is coming into play. So you are being tested like no other right now, and you have all of my respect and prayers. Okay, you're gonna get through it. You're gonna get through it. Your wish will be granted on the other side of this. Now, this is for experience and not a pinpoint destination. It's rather than the wave of destinations and the wave of what those destinations bring in. So let me know how this resonates for you.